Kara Rice, and I'm with Magic Image Hollywood Magazine. And I'm here today with well-respected actor and bodybuilder Lou Ferrigno.
How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Nice to see you too.
Now tell me, what inspired you to become a bodybuilder?
Well, you know, at the young age, close to birth, I had like an ear infection. I lost like maybe 75%, 80% of my hearing. I was very introverted as a child. And I used to read comic books because I was fascinated with power. And I realized I got involved in the bodybuilding because it had to do with strength. I used to watch Hercules movies. So I used to watch all these Hercules movies, and I discovered bodybuilding. And then it gave me a lot of confidence and boosted my self-esteem because I learned to become better friends with my body. And then I got involved in becoming a bodybuilding champion because, you know, to learn about bodybuilding through the magazines, learn about fitness, and then I wanted to be a bodybuilder. And then I realized I had the potential to be one of the best in the game.
Wow, and you said something about how you grew up loving these comic books.
Mm-hmm.
And then two of your favorite characters was Hercules and the Hulk.
Yeah.
And you ended up playing both. That is really amazing. Tell me your experience being the Hulk.
Well, I was the Hulk my whole life because I was a very angry child. Because I had hard for me to communicate, so being I worked out, I released my anger. But I used to read the Hulk comic religiously because I was fascinated that the Hulk saved people because he was a great hero. It's like G versus E. And then when I came to California, when I was competing for the Miss Olympia competition, there was an audition. They said, you have an audition for the Hulk. And I said, yeah, it's mine. I'm going to play the Hulk. I knew it was perfect for me. So I played the Hulk for a number of years, like 5 seasons. And then there was a role that they were interested in me playing Hercules. And I love Hercules because the original was C-Reed. And then I went to Rome, Italy. I made several Hercules films. But that was my dream my whole life, was to be the Hulk and also Hercules, because Hercules was like a god to me growing up because it signifies strength, power, and you know, it has to do with a real masculine character.
Well, I think you did a wonderful job, and I think all of America can say the same thing. Anyone who has ever seen The Incredible Hulk, I mean, you really embodied that character. And what was your greatest challenge being the Hulk?
I was able to sustain the makeup. The makeup took like 3.5 hours, 4 hours. Sometimes I'll get made up like 4 in the morning. Not blood to head, but the forehead and the nose applying it. Then they put like 5 or 6 coats of makeup. And this was not the spray. This had to do with it by hand. They spray, they get a ball of clay, and they just rub it in. 1 coat dries, 2nd coat, 3rd coat. After 6 coats, then the wardrobe would come. I put my pants on, then they put the shirt on, then they had put the eyes and teeth. The eyes and teeth, I would only wear those appliances for maybe like 15, 20 minutes. But when the makeup process was completed, it was beautiful. The character was beautiful. I loved being the character. So I had to be able to endure that makeup and wear that makeup 12 to 14 hours a day because considering sometimes it's cold, sometimes like we talked about, it's very hot in Valencia. And then you deal with rain, and sometimes some days I would get made up and they say, go home, we're not going to film today because the weather was bad. So I had to come back and redo the entire makeup. We're talking about like 80 hours a week.
Wow, that's a lot of hours.
In makeup, yeah.
But that paid off.
Oh yeah, because I've done like 86 episodes that made me an icon, especially in the film business. And I really loved the character because I had a chance to express my emotion. I had a chance to break things on the set, act like the Hulk. Instead of the comic, I have a chance to be the Hulk. And then every time I did a scene, everyone would clap on the crew.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I was kind of like shy about it. Why are they clapping for me? Because I should come in and just be the Hulk because they kind of like feel the anger.
Right.
I release their anger because the things you want to do sometimes you want to break out of a phone booth.
Right.
But I was able to do that as the Hulk does it, but in real life you can't.
No.
We want to smash windows and you get really angry, but the Hulk does it for us. So we all have a little Hulk inside of us, so that's why it made the show so popular.
Wow. Okay, now let's go back to your teenage years.
Okay.
At what age did you begin pumping iron?
I began at the age of 12.
Wow.
I was very skinny. I couldn't gain weight. I used to read Muscle Magazine, and friends of mine make fun of me because I was constantly reading Muscle Magazine, and plus, back then also I was reading comic books. But in my teenage years, I had a hard time putting on weight, but my passion was fitness. I just loved barbell, dumbbell. I just loved the feeling of working out. And then slowly, I had a friend of mine, they worked out. And one guy, I never forget, he had like a 15-inch arm. He wore a short white sleeved shirt, and his muscle would be standing out, and the girls were paying attention to him. And I just kept working out. I said, someday I want to be like that particular person, because, you know, he was like the He-Man on the block.
So he was getting all the attention from the ladies.
Exactly.
So you're like, I want to do what he's doing.
Exactly. So I just kept following that path, and eventually I ended up winning competitions at 19 years old. I went to Teenage America, to Miss America, Mr. Universe. So it was a long journey.
Wow. And then you went on to writing a couple books, correct?
Yeah, a book by my life, and also a book called Ferrigno's Guide to Personal Power and Fitness and Training for Everyone. Also, My Incredible Life as the Hulk. So in the future, I'll be writing more books, but I just like writing inspirational stories, because I have so many obstacles in my life to overcome. My life is like a virtually built character.
Right.
Because I'm a worldwide motivational speaker, and I speak in different countries like Singapore, people that want to motivate themselves, overcoming the fear and able to be successful. That's what I teach. Because I've lived that life.
I love that. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
And not only are you a motivational speaker, but you're a personal trainer. I know you've trained a lot of celebrities and stars throughout the years, including Michael Jackson. Now, how was your experience preparing him for the London tour?
Well, I trained many people over 30 years. And Michael, because I love his passion for music, he loved my passion for fitness, so he wanted to be with me privately. So, because Michael could not go to a regular gym.
No.
So I trained Michael. Michael trusted me. So basically, we would spend time together. And on the tour, he wanted to preserve what he had. He wanted to build some stamina, also increase his energy, his strength, and also focus on his diet, because he had bad dietary habits. And he was eating maybe like one meal every 2 days. So we worked at it. And on the last tour, Michael, I trained him for a certain amount of time, and at the age of 50, he was in phenomenal shape. But unfortunately, you know, he passed on. But he was an incredible person.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And I also hear that you're working on a couple films currently.
Mm-hmm.
You just wrapped up the Avengers,
mm-hmm.
and that's coming out in May, correct?
Avengers, yeah.
Okay, now tell us a little bit about the film.
Well, the Avengers, the combination, you have different superheroes. You have Iron Man, you have Thor, you have Captain America, you have the Incredible Hulk, and also other characters. And this is the first time you have all the major superheroes in one film. Because you have other films, you have the Fantastic Four, you have the X-Men, but this one we're talking about all the major superheroes, like the Hulk, like Captain America. I mean, those are huge, like Iron Man. They're all teamed together, work together, because this goes back when I was a kid. I used to read the comic books about the heroes unite. I never dreamed the day would come to be on the big screen to see these heroes together on the screen, because it's like a lifelong dream, a vision of mine, reading these comic books, knowing that someday I'm going to see this in a movie version.
Right. So it was like an average day on set. Were you out there just fighting each other? I mean, what was your role in the movie?
Well, I did the voice for the Hulk, because eventually they're going to do a TV series. I'll be involved with that. I was happy to do the voice because of the fact that I know how the Hulk thinks and feels. So I was happy to do that, because the last two I had a scene with Aaron Norton. But this film, because there's so much involved, I think it's better for me to do the voice, because I want to do a walk on like a Stan Lee, and something comical. Got to be something that they want this movie to be powerful, contained, to be done in a very action-packed pace.
Right. And I hear there's another film called The Liberator?
Yeah.
And what is The Liberator about?
The Liberator is a great movie. It's about a guy, he was in the military for many years. And apparently the government, they basically dumped him. So he's angry because he decided to write a book and blow the whistles, expose what's being done, because he's like a fighting machine. And they threatened to kill him because this person lost a relationship with his wife, he lost a relationship with his daughter, and he's determined to get revenge. So it's almost like the Terminator and the Hulk put together.
Oh, sounds interesting.
And I just finished a year ago. It's a very heartfelt film. And then we end up, it's like an aging superhero, and I have superpowers, able to fly, able to fight different evil.
Wow. Well, I'll definitely be seeing that film.
Yeah.
And, okay, congratulations on still being a contestant on Season 12 of NBC's The Celebrity Apprentice.
Thank you.
How has your experience been working on the show so far?
It's been fun. It's been a blast. It's been tough. Because being in the boardroom, you know, somebody has to be fired. And it's kind of interesting when I watch the show now. It's amazing how everybody backstabs each other, all the bad things people say. I'm honest in the boardroom. I dealt with them in the boardroom, and they're very surprised to see how long I've been doing, because they expect this big guy, the Hulk, an athlete like myself, to be fired on the first show. So basically, it just shows you that the other side of me, being a smart businessman and able to work as a team player, and also dealing with 17 egos. But the most important thing of all is me raising money for my charity, muscular dystrophy, because I won $50,000 so far for my charity.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yep.
Now, who would you say is your biggest competitor?
I would say probably, well, they mix the men with the women now.
Yes.
It gets very catty. I would say my biggest competitor is basically everyone.
Everyone, okay.
Because now, going on a nice show, you never know what's going to happen, because it gets really tough. Everybody's out to it with a dagger. It's really backstabbing. And some people, sometimes I have to confront them. Like, for example, Penn Jillette, I confronted him because I said before, he's like a raging bull in a china closet with a scary attitude. So, and also Clay Aiken made it clear. So, it's like a game.
Right.
It's a tough, vicious game. If you can't stand the heat in the kitchen, get out.
Well, I wish you all the luck on that.
Thank you.
And other than that, who is your greatest mentors in your life?
Mentors? I like going back, great heroes, like, for example, like Thomas Edison, people like that, people like great inventors. And like, even now, I would say one of them is Donald Trump.
Oh, okay. Well,
because I got to know Donald Trump, and I was amazed that he's such an expert and a genius when it comes to branding and marketing and everything, how he makes so much money. But on top of that, he's a brilliant guy, because he created a show and able to have other celebrities show their personalities and how they could raise money for charity. So he's a great mentor, because when you're in the room with him, you look up to him, because he's come a long way.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I think life's a journey, and you learn as you go along, and you kind of learn things from, other people like Donald Trump, and you just go along with life.
Exactly.
Now, and how would you define success, and what does it mean to you?
Success is about taking action and not doing this. A lot of people do this.
Of course.
I'm an action taker. I do not like to procrastinate. I like to believe I want to do something, and I put my energy to it, and I give 110%. I say it all the time. You fall down, you fail, fine, but the thing is taking action and going after your goals, because they have certain vision, and you want to go for it, because we're here for a short time. And you need to take the action, because if you're not sure about taking action, you want to talk about it, and basically being afraid of doing it, in the long run, you're going to feel unsuccessful.
Right.
So success is about embracing fear, taking action, and able to change negative to positive, and overcoming any kind of adversity in life. Because if you maximize your own personal power, you're very successful.
Right.
You master that is success. Competing with others is not success.
Right, and you're a perfect example of that, and a role model to many, millions of young children out there. So what is your greatest advice to someone who looks up to you, or maybe an actor who wants to pursue, the film industry? What would you tell them?
I would say keep believing in yourself. Rome was not built in one day. Take one step at a time. And whatever you're passionate about, embrace that passion, because that's going to make you successful. If you do not like acting and you want to be a great actor, it's not going to work. You have to learn the art of acting. You have to go to school. You have to get involved in script. You have to really love being in front of a camera and train yourself. If you want to take that direction, then you have to do all the necessary things to develop your own bag of tools. And nobody else can do it for you. You have to do it yourself, and you can't blame others.
Well said. Well, thank you very much, Lou.
Thank you.
How can all your fans reach out to you?
Well, you can go on and find me on LouFerrigno.com and Ferrignofit.com.
Great.
And Ferrignofit.com is a great website. It covers everything about my lesson on being an apprentice, about diet, about training, about my life, and how you can better your life and maximize whatever you want to do.
Perfect. Well, that's it with Magic Image Hollywood Magazine, and we'll see you next time.